Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane's studio.
All right, welcome back here. Hour number 2, Off the Bench. Wednesday show, brought to you every single week by Hood Dental. We got a couple of giveaways, too, over at Hood Dental. For all new customers, giving away a TV, 75-incher. That is, let's see,
It's pretty big.
That's the Watson office.
The Watson office.
Yeah, Watson office are giving away a 75-inch TV for all new customers over there. Make a new patient appointment. You get some tickets in a raffle. You get refer a friend. You kind of get some stuff over there at the Watson location. The Livingston location, they're doing a crawfish boil set for all, enter for a little giveaway for all new patients over there. So
I might want the crawfish thing more than the TV.
That's right. It's the TVs. You can get TVs. Everybody's got a TV.
They're surprisingly cheap.
Surprisingly cheap.
Yeah.
Not this one though.
No.
This is the good one.
Right.
You got the base. You got this one's up.
This is
there.
75 inches.
Oh yeah, 75.
Smart TV.
Oh yeah. Definitely smart. Not a smart crawfish boiler though, because they don't make. You got to be smart to use those.
True.
Go check them out. Hood Dental every Wednesday show. Brought to you by Hood Dental.
Either location, you can win something.
Either location. Usually this week around this time we have Dr. Etheridge join the show. He texted us. It turns out Doc has a life as well.
Sounds like he likes Jake more. I don't think he's ever canceled. He's came in a few times when you weren't here and Jake was.
Wow. Oof. I didn't think about that. When you first said that, I was like, who's Jake Moore? I think that. Is he a singer?
Who's Jake Moore?
But he likes Jacob Moore. Yeah, certainly. But it turns out Doc does have a life and, a job.
Yeah.
He has things to do sometimes.
What?
But he did text and say in the medical profession, they still utilize fax machines. So that's two things in life that we know fax machines are still used for. Doctors and National Signing Day when high school kids sign a letter of intent and send it to a college. That's what makes it official. It's not official until then. You can sign it. We had this happen with a kid from Edna Carr. He signed it, but he didn't fax it in, so it wasn't official until it got faxed. So doctors, high school kids, only people that use fax machines as that we know of. If you have anything else, if you know any other place of business that use a fax machine, let us know. We are curious because we feel like it should be a dead technology. Taylor, Sam Darnold, if he wins this weekend, if he wins the Super Bowl, which they are 4.5-point favorites over the Patriots going into the game, will he have had the most successful career of anybody from the 2018 draft class?
Lamar has 2 MVPs.
Probably trumps 1 Super Bowl.
Josh has an MVP. First one to win a Super Bowl, though. Yeah. Based on how the career
started.
First
one to go. Did Lamar go to a Super Bowl? Okay, so first one to even go so far. But going to the Super Bowl is not going to give you a better career over an MVP.
No, he has to win it.
But winning it. certainly could.
I think so. Because, I mean, it should be every player's ultimate goal, right? I mean, that's.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was doing a little research yesterday, and I was like, well, because I was thinking about this question. And, of course, the goal always for any quarterback or head coach is to win championships. That's how you judge the merit of a quarterback or how good a quarterback was. Now, certainly MVPs count. And they count heavily, but do they count as much as Super Bowl victories? I started looking at former NFL MVPs that are not in the Hall of Fame. So you can't sit here and make the argument, well, Josh Allen's a Hall of Famer. History shows us that he is not yet a Hall of Famer. Now, I think Lamar, if you get 2 MVPs, I don't know if there's ever been a 2 MVP quarterback that has not made the Hall of Fame. I don't know if that's happened. But NFL MVPs in the past that have not made the Hall of Fame. Steve McNair. Rich Gannon. He was MVP. How about that?
I saw a really funny video with him and John Gruden yesterday.
Yeah?
It was like the most football video you've ever
Is
seen.
that the one on the street?
On the street.
It was a sicko video.
It's so good.
Sicko football video.
Gannon did his snap count out loud on the streets of San Francisco.
Oh, I love that.
There were people walking by. Nobody even cared. I'm like, y'all don't deserve to be near the Super Bowl.
Well, it's San
California.
Francisco.
Yeah.
California. San Francisco, you're the worst. Hope Jake's having a good time, though. Steve McNair, won it in 2003.
California ass, he is.
Rich Gannon, MVP 2002. Boomer Esiason, MVP 1988. How about this? Joe Theismann, not in the Hall of Fame. I didn't realize that.
Career got cut short, obviously.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you look at career numbers, I'm surprised Boomer Esiason's not in it. Out of everyone on that list, he had a long career.
Yeah.
He was pretty consistent throughout.
Ken Anderson, not in the Hall of Fame either. Mark Mosley, who I don't think I've ever heard of.
So, Ken Anderson, little controversy around him
He's
lately.
a kicker. Won the MVP.
Who's it?
Mark Mosley, 1982. And the first sentence says, somehow a kicker won NFL MVP. No. Burt Jones.
He must have
MVP.
been really clutch.
He must have made some field goals. Anyway, it kind of started like, because yes, Josh Allen certainly has a talent and on a Hall of Fame trajectory. But if Sam Darnold wins this game, to this point, there's a conversation to be had there, certainly, that his accomplishments are better than Josh Allen's accomplishments. Now, of course, there's not consistency. He was seeing ghosts. He played terrible for a terrible organization, has bounced around. But the comeback that kid has made is impressive and something to certainly cheer for. It's one of those, again, when we're looking for storylines going into this weekend, he's one of the largest storylines. So it's just funny that in a draft class that saw Baker Mayfield go number 1, Sam Darnold went number 3, Josh Allen goes number 4, Lamar Jackson goes number 32. And then I have a little asterisk parentheses. Josh Rosen went number 10.
Which, the great Mel Kiper said that Josh Rosen was the most NFL-ready quarterback in that draft class.
Interesting.
And Rosen had the famous saying, I was pretty pissed that I fell in the draft after getting drafted 10th overall by the Cardinals. Looking back on it, not great. I got a little update on Mark Mosley for you.
Okay.
Winning the MVP. It was the shortened season due to the strike in 1982. They only played 9 games that year. Mm-hmm. So there wasn't a ton of position players putting up a ton of numbers. He was 20 of 21 on field goal attempts, 16 of 19 on extra points, made multiple game-winning field goals in the final minutes of games during that 9-game regular season, and helped the Redskins win the Super Bowl that year. So adding all that up, that's how he won MVP.
So they played a 9-game season?
In 82.
And then a couple games in the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
So the strike went...
It was a 9-game regular season and then the season.
Yeah, so I know about the strike. I'm not familiar with like the details of the strike, but I feel like that's still funny. I don't care if you make game winner. You're a kicker. You can't make MVP at the NFL. Was it just like a middle finger to the NFL for being on strike? Like, hey, we're going to give this to a kicker this year?
Kickers' lives matter.
Do they?
I love a good kicker. Punter, different story. Love a good kicker.
Who's more important to a team, deep snapper or punter?
I feel like deep snapper might be easier to teach someone to do it. You know what I mean? A punter. You pin people inside the 10-yard line pretty consistently, switching field position. Like
You just switched your tune on punters
So
real fast, right
fast.
there.
you said,
So
long,
fast.
you said long
I
snapper.
know,
and punter.
but I saw your expression on your face when you thought about punters pinning them deep. You're like,
Great.
wow, wait
Punters
a minute.
are-
What a weapon.
A weapon, but I mean, they're just not on the field a ton for me.
But when they are, it matters.
When they are, it matters for sure. And you can say the same thing about kickers, but kickers can lead to points, and I get field position and all that. But no, punter versus long snapper, punter.
Someone in the chat right now. I don't know why. So you just can't believe everything you read on the internet, people. Like this list. I mean, he's right. Yeah, Matt Ryan and Cam Newton. They as well MVPs, right? Cam Newton for sure.
Cam for sure. Matt was MVP, but he like just became Hall of Fame eligible like a year ago. So I mean, what was his
Matt
last
Ryan
year?
does not have an Hall of Fame career.
No, I don't think Cam Newton does.
No.
And to your point about
they definitely don't. But
and to your point about winning the Super Bowl, both of them went. Neither of them won.
right. But that's to the point. Like if we're just proposing this question, something to ponder leading up to this weekend, right? We're finding ways to get excited for this game. If you're thinking about the career, who has the better career? Now, I'm going to say, even if he wins, I'm going to say Lamar Jackson because he's got 2 MVPs. But Josh Allen, Sam Darnold from the same draft class, who has a better career if Sam Darnold wins? Because I get it. Josh Allen's a better quarterback. Josh Allen is an alien. He's one of the best players in the entire NFL. But if you're looking at accomplishments, you can't just say, because he won the MVP, these guys on a Hall of Fame trajectory. No, one MVP does not put you in the Hall of Fame.
For what it's worth, Ryan's not eligible yet. His last year was 2022. He's not eligible for another year because you got to be out 5 years. It depends on what Darnold does after this. Because like Josh Allen has set rushing touchdown records through the first 5 or 6 years of his career, whatever. Like he's going to have multiple records.
Yeah,
of
don't
some
get me wrong.
point.
Josh Allen's
So-
a Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest.
I think career-wise, like who's had a better career? I guess it depends on what they do.
Yeah.
Darnold certainly has a leg up if he wins.
As of right now, and that's the question. It's like as
what
of
if-
right now,
what if
would you
Darnold
take?
wins, never gets back, and he just becomes an average to above average NFL starter
Yeah.
for the rest of his
Yeah,
career?
there's no argument. It's going to be Josh Allen at the end of the day. 100%. But it's an interesting thing to ponder right now because of that draft class. When you think of that draft class, forever it's been Lamar, it's been Josh Allen. But now it's like, okay, well, Baker, you even had some MVP votes last year. Sam Darnold had, I think, was last year with the Vikings was 10th on the MVP voting list. Certainly had some votes this year, or it'll come out that he had some votes this year. Now, I don't know how that process works. I think the voters can vote for first, second, third, fourth, fifth place, something like that. Then they kind of tally all the scores up. But that draft class has made a comeback for sure. Now, what quarterback draft class in the last 10 years is the best?
It might be that one. Because all those guys have multiple playoff wins. All of them, outside of Rosen.
Yeah.
All of them.
It might be that one currently. 2020 draft class was trying to make a push. Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Tua. Am I forgetting anybody on that one?
Not big name.
Not big name. That one was making a push. They slid this year. 2018 went ahead of that one for sure. Now 2024 draft class is coming on strong with Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Caleb Williams, 9.
Bo Nix.
Yeah, Bo Nix. I'm sorry. Yeah, blanking on Bo Nix there. 9. Penix being the one that is still a TBD type of guy. JJ a little bit too, but that draft class is coming on really strong as well. So right now we're watching really good quarterback play throughout the NFL. High quality quarterback play. We've seen it throughout the playoffs. I realize that making this top 10 list all year. Making a top 10 list in the quarterbacks is hard. Someone asked me on Twitter the other day, I got a lot of Packer fans that followed me from my playing days. And they're like, hey, is Jordan Love, he's a top 5 quarterback, right, in the NFL. And I'm like at one point, like his production, his output, his skill set would definitely put him in the top 5 at a certain point in the last 20 years. But like right now, it's hard to crack a top 5 and like a top 10, especially a top 5 list. Like there's so much high quality quarterbacking, and it's cool to see like they're all coming in these bunches at a time. 2018 draft class, 2020 draft class, 2024 draft class. So we'll see how each of those drafts. It'll be fun to watch them in the next couple of years. But yeah, we're cheering for Sam Darnold. Also cheering for Drake May. Cheering for a good game this week. But I love those conversations about who's had the better career. Because, of course, we're not arguing who's a better player. It's the better career up to this day. So Sam Darnold has a chance to get one up on the rest of his fellow 2018 draft class quarterbacks. All right, we'll go to break. We'll keep talking all things sports, all things Super Bowl, all things LSU right here off the bench.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trash Rangers. Y'all hear us talk about it every single day because it's the God's honest truth. They are the best trash pickup, trash removal, or waste removal service in all of Louisiana. Go to trashrangers.com. You can see what they're about. You can see all of the offerings that they have, all the services. So whether it's commercial service, trash removal, whether it's residential, if you're one of the lucky ones that has the privilege of having them do trash removal at your house, you know how amazing they are, how they work around the holiday schedule, how they never miss a pickup. Commercially, they can customize your pickup schedule to the size of your business. How much trash do you make? Maybe it's once a week, maybe it's 6 times a week, whatever it is. And roll-off dumpsters, 3 sizes to choose from. Just call them. Tell them what you got going on at your house or place of work. Man, I need a roll-off dumpster. This is what I'm doing. They're like, all right, well, this is the size for you. Flat rate, no hidden fees on the back end right there, trashrangers.com.
Off the bench, presented by Hood Dental.
We'll arise in our lives, but you gotta be smart about it. Celebrations with the guys I sacrificed, cause I knew you could not sleep without it. Meanwhile,
All right, welcome back. Off the Bench, Wednesday show brought to you by Hood Dental. Look, I want to tell you about our friends at First American Bank and Trust. If you're looking for a new bank, if you're looking to set up a bank account, get a loan, whether it's personal loan, business loan, new mortgage, in the market for a new house, whatever it is, who you bank with matters. And it matters big time. Knowing your banker, getting straight answers, working with people who actually care about your success makes a big difference. And that's exactly what you're going to find at First American Bank and Trust. For more than 100 years, First American Bank and Trust has helped Louisiana families buy homes, build businesses, plan for the future, all with local bankers who live and work right here in the community, in your community. So no phone trees when you call, no out-of-state decisions being made, just honest banking that is built on trust and trust with you. So again, whether you open up an account, refinancing, taking your business to the next level, make sure you go see First American Bank and Trust and trust them. Local people, local decisions, real banking. Visit FABT.com or stop by any branch near you today. All right, yesterday we started a fun little Super Bowl prop bet.
Yeah.
We got carried away yesterday. Vibes were good.
Vibes were great.
We kind of lost track. We do that here. We get a little
It happens.
OTB, CTE, ADD situation happening. Yeah. Again, diagnosed squirrels here. So we started yesterday a little kind of a Super Bowl party game, a prop bet party game. We're filling these questions out. The tripod here is answering these questions, and whoever wins it gets to hoist up the OTB turnover chain on Monday.
Hell yeah.
So I recommend you find something like this. If you're hosting a little party, don't just do the squares game. Do the squares game because it's awesome and it's a classic. But also get a little prop bet action going. All right. Let's see it. So there's 23 total questions. And yesterday we went through 16 of them. There's 23, then there's going to be a total. So we went through things like length of the national anthem, what the result of a coin toss is going to be, heads or tails, first team to score, first jersey number to score, how many sacks, like prop bets like that. We even talked about Mr. Bad Bunny, Mr. Dust Bunny.
Yeah.
How he's going to do, what song he's going to play. Titi me pregunto. Taylor said Dakiti.
It's a personal fave.
When I say Dakiti, it makes me feel like I'm on like Game of Thrones, like the Dothraki.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dakiti.
Love the name. That's why I picked it.
I know. I get it. Smart. All right. So we're going to keep on going. And this is the commercial and broadcast section. The next
Okay.
4 questions. So this is questions 17 through 20.
I feel like we're in Jeopardy. You're like, we're in the commercial broadcast category.
That's exactly right. So please answer this question
I'm
with
gonna
a
put
question.
some Bad Bunny in the background.
Yeah, put some Bad Bunny
Just
on there.
make everybody so angry. Just rage bait everybody.
Which one is this? Is this Dakiti?
No,
Dothraki?
it's not.
Is this Monaco?
No, it's neither of those.
Is it TT Me Pregunto again?
No. This is saying he's going to take someone to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going
Well,
to
that
take you to
seems
Puerto
like a
Rico.
nice thing. A nice invitation.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Question number 17. First beer brand commercial that is going to air during the Super Bowl. Is it Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Coors Light, Dos Equis?
I'm going to go Bud Light because it feels like they've been like heavy in the marketing game lately.
And they always have multiple Super Bowl commercials every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of those 4, I'll go Bud Light.
So Dos Equis says like they just brought back the most
interesting man.
most interesting man in the world. I gotta think we're gonna
They'll
see
debut it early.
Huh?
They'll debut that.
They'll debut it early. They're bringing it back. That's a big deal. Because he was gone for a while.
Is this still Michael Phelps, or does they go back to that redheaded guy, or older guy,
He's back. Like that man is
the
back.
original guy?
The original.
Remember they had the guy that
OG.
looked like Michael Phelps for a while.
Yeah, no, they had the OG is back recently, and like within the last month or two. So is it a lead up? I'm gonna go with Dos Equis as the first commercial, just because
Of the guy.
it's a throwback. So what y'all went
I'll go Bud
with
Light.
the other?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody in the chat asked, does Budweiser counts for Bud Light?
Yeah, because
I
they
don't
do
think-
have specific Bud Light.
That's what I'm saying. That's not on your
commercial.
Budweiser's not on your
It's not.
thing, is it?
It's different. I
So we'll
feel
just go Bud.
Right. 'cause
I
it's
feel
the
like you
same
need a-
company.
Okay.
Are y'all both going that?
Sure.
Okay. All right, we got this.
With
It's gonna
Joey
be-
in the chat asked that, like I appreciate it because it's like, what if it's Budweiser?
That's a good question. It's a question worth pondering.
I feel like they should be separate. Like, because they usually are. Like
Like the
there's usually a
frogs.
Bud Light commercial, and there's a Bud, like the Clydesdales and stuff.
Right. Well, both of them are going to be wrong because it's going to be Dos Equis.
Okay.
Stay thirsty, my friends. All right. Will a movie trailer for a Marvel or DC film air?
No.
I don't know what their release schedule is for
I know.
movies.
I'm trying to think, but I don't think so.
You get the benefit of both universes, Marvel and DC.
I don't feel like there's anything coming up.
Yeah, not like super recent, right?
You never know.
I'm gonna say no.
Wasn't Robert Downey Jr. Like in another one as a different
He's
character?
Dr. Doom.
Has that movie come out?
I don't know. I know who he plays. I don't know if this came out.
Okay. All
There's
right.
so many. I can't follow that.
Okay. I'm going to go with no as well.
I don't think so.
Did you just nearly say a potty word?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, where?
I can't
It's
say
like
it.
What's
the
the letter-
ultimate
Like the
world.
ultimate
What's
word?
it start with?
I don't even want to say that.
Okay. I don't think so. I wasn't trying to.
Will there be a surprise guest performer? Wait, no. Oh, wait. Hold on. No, wrong question. My bad. We already did that. How many times will the term dynasty or Tom Brady be mentioned? Over, this is low. Over under 1.5.
Oh,
I'm going to get,
over.
okay, no. We're good.
Tom
Hold on.
Brady
I'm
hammer
changing this.
the
I'm
over.
changing this. 3.5.
I still go over.
Still over.
Tom Brady
Dynasty.
Tom
or
Brady
Tom
by himself
That's a
shouldn't.
1.5. That's trash. If
They're
that
gonna
is,
say dynasty so many times.
yeah, if that's actually on any sports book, go there now.
Yeah.
And hammer it at 1.5. So I'm going 3.5. Y'all going over? I'm going
Polymarket.
over.
I'm going over.
I'm going over
You
3.5.
pick the number and I'm going over.
Check Polymarket.
Just pick the number.
I think.
What if it was Chris Collinsworth over
Bruh.
38.5?
Now, if
Or how
it was
much he's gonna drool
Is it-
over the microphone.
Yeah.
it is Collinsworth, by the way.
Is it really? Oh, it is.
is.
It's NBC. Over 5.5?
Is there a I know he's completely irrelevant to the Super Bowl. Is there a Patrick Mahomes odds? Because I'm taking the over on that too.
Mm-hmm.
First quarterback to scramble outside the pocket. Mahomes reference.
All right. Yeah, for sure. This question says first celebrity seen in a commercial. It says write your guess, but I'm going to say I'll give an over-under. Over-under on Cardi B sightings, 1.5.
Like at the game?
During the game, they panned her.
I'm gonna go. I don't know.
I mean, it kind of depends on if
don't feel
Stephon
like
Diggs plays well, right?
And I don't think that she's Taylor Swift.
Well, no.
So I think I'm gonna go on the under on that one.
So 1 or less for
Yeah.
you. So 1.5 on the over under. I mean,
Maybe
it kind of depends
one's
on
at
if
the
Stephon
end.
Diggs has a big play. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll just go over just so we have some.
Yeah, I'm going to go over
differences here.
too, just
I don't,
because
I don't know.
So people want to people watch, and she'll definitely get a people watching as the story. But if Stephon Diggs has a big play, I think she might get a second look.
What were the odds on the first celebrity commercial?
Celebrity commercial?
Did you say that?
No.
You said first celebrity. to appear
first
on a
celebrity
commercial?
seen in a commercial. They just said write your guess.
John Hamm for me. Put it down.
Okay, John Hamm. So and y'all are going under and over. Okay, got it.
Ham's hosting the honors on Thursday night. He's in a new MGM commercial, and he's got a new show coming out.
Very good. All right, we're going to go to break because we're going to try to stay on time because one of our favorite segments of the week, Coach Kim Mulkey, will be joining the show when we come back right here off the bench.
Off the bench. Off the bench, presented by Hood Dental.
All right, welcome back here off the bench. Wednesday show brought to you by Hood Dental. We, as always, every single Wednesday, we are fired up always to host and talk to our favorite guest of the week, coach of your Lady Tigers basketball team, Coach Kim Mulkey. Coach, how are you doing this morning?
I'm great. Y'all doing good?
We are doing fantastic. Weather's kind of finally warmed up a little bit, so we thawed out. We're feeling better. And somebody that hasn't thawed out is your Tiger basketball team. You're coming off a fantastic win this weekend against Alabama.
I wish I could bottle that up and play like that every game. Just really, especially on the defensive end. I've been preaching at them all year. Guys, we can score points. That's not our problem. Our problem is we have got to commit to defense, and they did. That's as fine a defensive effort by everyone that I have had this year, and consequently, you scored a lot of points because of your defensive effort. So Alabama's a good basketball team, top 25. Don't look at that score and be misled. We just played that good.
Coach, how do you bottle that up? Your defense has improved over the entire year, and I think in the SEC, giving up just over 65 points a game on defense. And so, how do you bottle that up? What do you attribute to the improvements on the defensive side of the ball?
I hope I heard some of it. You kind of faded on me. I don't know how you bottle it up other than what we do every day. You get in a film room, you show them all the wonderful things, repetition. When you have success, you tend to want to continue to do it. Now, the opposing team has a lot to do with that as well. So we've got our hands full going to Texas. That's going to be a defensive battle, probably not a very entertaining game offensively. But, they're a Final Four team. They were ranked as high as 2 in the country this year. We beat them here, have to play them again. And I don't anticipate it to be anything other than one heck of a basketball game.
Well, Coach, I tell you, so I took your advice last week. You told me I got a lot of East Texan in me, and so I studied up, and I made a mistake, and so I'm here to make up for it. Jada Richard played incredible against Bama. She continues to play great. Michaela Williams played great. Zakiya Johnson, Fulwiley is playing fantastic. So, you're going to need them in this next stretch. You got a heck of a stretch coming up. You're taking on Texas tomorrow night in Austin. You've already beat them once this year, but you have a 4-game stretch right now that is pretty tough. You go to Auburn next, You're home at number 3 South Carolina, then at number 13 Ole Miss. How do you get them prepared, especially after a big win? I remember my coaches used to coach us so hard after a big win, after we beat somebody a lot on a scoreboard. They used to coach us a lot harder. How do you get your team ready after a victory to go on this 4-game stretch?
Well, as you know, first of all, you didn't make a mistake. A mistake is not a mistake until you make it twice, the way I look at it. And listen, Richard, look, we've got so many names in Louisiana. You got to live here to understand the pronunciation. I was actually picking on you about that. But listen, enjoy the win for that 24-hour period, and then it's over. And I always write on the board, if what you did yesterday still looks big to you today, then you haven't done much today. We won't ever forget that moment. We won't ever forget that victory. But there are bigger fish to fry out there. We're trying to win a SEC title. We're trying to host a first and second round game. And those goals are much bigger than just beating Alabama. You don't look too far ahead. We already know what lies ahead. We don't look at Ole Miss. We don't have to go look at South Carolina. We don't have to look at Auburn. All we have to do is listen to the eyes of Texas. That's all we got to do, and focus on UT.
That's right. Well, certainly the eyes and nationally are on your Lady Tigers as well, getting recognition, jumped up to number 5 and taking on, of course, Texas. And then we just got some news yesterday that in a couple of weeks, the College Dame Day is going to come down. And a lot of that has to do, of course, with you and what your ladies are doing, but also the atmosphere that the fan base brings each and every week when you have a home game, and which kind of got me thinking. You're about to go on the road 3 of the next 4 games. What's the toughest place in the SEC to go and travel from a fan base standpoint? Just the toughest stadium to play in?
Well, if we're going to talk about fan base and people in Columbia, South Carolina is awesome. And so kudos to South Carolina for showing up for their basketball team. I think we have a great fan base. I think South Carolina and LSU consistently have fans buy season tickets and sell out those arenas. And then after that, I think it depends on the type of year that the respective team has had. I find that when we go on the road, not counting South Carolina, when we go on the road, we seem to help fill the stands. And I ask myself, that's respect. That's our kids are always on social media. We have a culture here at LSU that is attractive to not just sports people, but people who may be considering going to LSU. But we do tend to draw very well when we go on the road, and not just our fans, but fans from the area of where we're playing. And that is something to see, Matt. We take security with us for obvious reasons, because I cannot tell you how long it takes us to get out of gyms, because I believe we have an obligation to sign autographs, take pictures. That could be the first time someone has ever seen LSU play. And so after every game, we spend 10 minutes going back out on the court, and we tell the people, the police, the security at those institutions, that this is what we do, and please don't run them out of the gym. I think it helps us grow the game. I really do, and I think we have an obligation to do that. If one little girl for the first time is going to meet Flau'jae Johnson, then let's do it. And I think that our players enjoy it. You wouldn't believe getting off the bus how they line up. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I know, it happens in a lot of sports, but in women's basketball, that doesn't happen very often. And I think it just has a lot to do with the personality of our team, how we play the game, how we enjoy the game, how we show excitement and enthusiasm when we play.
And Coach, it brings up some interesting questions that I have about that, because with social media today and the different media outlets, players have all sorts of platforms that certainly I never had, you never had when you were playing, and didn't have a long time with coaching. But these players have a lot of platforms to build their brand, let people know their personality, which I think helps, of course, the attractiveness of different sports. It helps the attractiveness of women's basketball. So is there when you as a coaching staff, you also have there's some pitfalls in that as well, right? You see things you don't want to see. You have people that can put some stuff out there that you might not want your players to put out there. Do y'all do any sort of oversight on social media, just presence from any of your players?
Well, I'm not sure I understand your question, so I'll just answer it broadly. I'm not a social media person. I don't have it on my phone. Do I have accounts? Yes, for obvious reasons, recruiting and things like that, but I do not control them. That is controlled by assistants on my staff. The only thing I will tell you that I tell our players is that social media can be good for some people's businesses and in promoting things and for your brand, but it can also eat you up. And if you stay on there and you read all the crap that's written on there and the lies that's written on there, and you're not strong enough to handle it, it can really demoralize you. I don't just sit down and say, oh, we're going to go to this class and you're going to learn. Look, by the time they get to college, they know all of it. And what you hope happens is that our administrators have meetings with them, and we do have a lot of meetings throughout the year, from teaching them how to balance a budget to teach them how to go file their income tax. I mean, you have to do all those things now, and part of that, I'm sure, is social media. Our we used to call them SID, sports information people, cannot and do not allow them to just have any type of media interview without approval from them, because you know this, there are people that are just not qualified, and everybody wants to be a journalist now, and they're really not. They're trying to get clickbait. And so we're very careful in making sure that any interviews they do, they have to go through our media relations department.
Yeah, that was especially when you're dealing with kids that are 18, 19, 20 years old, you definitely have to learn. It's a skill set that needs to be taught on how to speak to the media and what messaging you want to get out there, and certainly, more importantly, what message you don't want to get out there. My next question for you is more of some advice, some dad advice that I want, because I listen to your advice and listen to your answers all the time. You have so much wisdom, and you've seen a lot. So I want to ask you, youth sports has gotten wild these days, from the scheduling to the traveling to the expense of it. Like, I got 3 kids that are all wanting to do different sports and different things, and it seems like youth sports has just gotten a little bit out of hand, from scheduling, how many days a week they're practicing, the emphasis put on like private lessons and all this at a young age. If you were raising a couple of 10, 8, and 5-year-olds right now, how would you handle what kind of sports and the scheduling that they go through?
Well, the travel, the expenses, none of that's any different than when I raised mine, Matt. Here's the way I approached it. Too many parents live their lives through their children's sports career. I was fortunate to have done everything I wanted to do, so I didn't have to do that. You don't have to do that, but it's those parents who never got to do that. So my advice to them is step back and let your child figure out what it is they're good at, and that they really have this ambition to be successful at it. Don't push them into things that you want them to do. Second thing is, I kind of go back to the summer ball and all that stuff. If your child wants to do it and is good enough to play at the highest level, it's your obligation as a parent to find ways and means to help them do that, whether it's grandparents, whether it's you share it with your spouse. Don't hold a kid back that is good because it's inconvenient for you. Oh, we can't go on vacation because he's got a tournament. Well, guess what? We have to do those things as parents, but don't push kids into things that they're really not obsessed with. I want to also talk about high schools. I dealt with this in high school with my kids, and most of my kids played at the highest level in high school, public school. You will find high school coaches are very selfish. They want that kid to play their sport year-round. Well, guess what? You're going to have those athletes that are pretty darn good in football and baseball and basketball, and they do overlap. You allow those players to play all sports. I believe that playing all sports is only helpful when they get to the college level. And I never wanted my kids to be at a school where these coaches were so selfish. And I'll give this great example. You're going to appreciate this, and I love him to death, okay? So Kramer's 5'9", 5'10", on his tippy toes, however you want to say it. We knew he was not going to be 6 foot, 6'2", 6'3". He would have loved to play college football. Got a cannon for an arm. Played against Baker Mayfield in the state championship. You should have seen those two quarterbacks going at it. But he knew in the summers he had to go to these All-American baseball invites. Well, what happens in Texas, Matt? They want you to play what?
Oh, yeah.
7-on-7, baby. He couldn't do that. So a new coach comes into his high school, and I won't say he penalized him, but he wasn't going to let him be the quarterback. And I said, well, just go talk to him and say, Coach, it doesn't matter. I'm going to come back when school starts. You put me wherever you need me on the field. And I winked at my son, and I said, you'll be quarterback before the year's over. Keep throwing the football. So they started him and put him at safety, and I laughed. I said, that boy's not going to hit anybody. But he played safety. Then they moved him to inside receiver, which he's got great hands. But anyway, get to about the third, fourth, I don't know, fifth game of the season, and, man, Waco High School was blitzing. I mean, they were stunting. They were just going after the quarterback. And it was an ugly, ugly sight. He got home, and I said, you been throwing the football? He goes, Mom, stop it. Next day after practice, he goes, had you been talking to the coaches? I said, I've never talked to your coach. He said, I'm moving to quarterback. And that's the year he went on and played for the state championship. So the lesson to be learned there, and I love his coach. I won't tell you who he is. Great coach, won state championships. I said, Coach, what lesson did you learn? You can't be stubborn when you got a kid that understands sports, that's the best you have, and has to go play the other sport because that's where his future is in college. Mm-hmm. And so we've had a good laugh about that. But let them do what they want to do. Find the means to get them where they want to be, but don't live your life through your child.
There you go. That speaks to me, Coach, because high school football in Texas, I had to give up baseball to be the quarterback for my high school team as well. So I get it. Coach, there is no handbook to being a parent, especially in this youth sports world. So I appreciate every piece of advice. So thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. As always, one of the best segments we have all week right there. There she is. Thank you so much, Coach.
Matt, y'all take care. Bye-bye.
All right, Coach Kim Mulkey. She is fantastic. I love it. I had to ask that because, youth sports is crazy these days, and trying to figure that out, figure out that pathway. Tell you, you'll see. It gets wild out there. It gets mean in the streets. So we'll be back right here. We thank you for Coach Kim Mulkey and her time. We'll be right back here off the bench.
Off the bench.
Go to GoTommies.com.
Go, Tommy!
There we go. Thank you. You nailed it all week, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support here. And Tommy's appreciates the support. GoTommies.com. Windows, doors, siding, the best in the business. If you got a project happening, if you need building a new project, building a new house, an extension, maybe you're just replacing, like we did when we moved into our house. We had to replace all the windows, all the doors, because we live in Louisiana. Get some termites, you get a little rot, whatever it is. Well, if Tommy's comes and installs any of this, you get a full lifetime warranty. And when you work with Tommy, you're going to clearly see the difference. Go to their website, gotommys.com. That's GEAUX, Tommys.com. And you can view their gallery of work. You can see all the work that they've done. And if you do have a project, we know you're going to call. You're going to try to find the best pricing. You're going to find some that meshes with you, personality-wise, whatever it is. Make sure you call Tommy. Give them a call and see why they win award after award every single year, the Super Service Award here in Louisiana since 2016. Go check them out. GoTommys.com.
Off the bench, presented by Hood Dental.
All right, welcome back here off the bench. Wednesday show brought to you by Hood Dental. I want to tell you about Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org. Plumbing experts. It's been a couple days since it froze. So we talk about, we all remembered to drip those faucets at the house, but maybe we forgot at an office or a warehouse, or maybe it was a hunting camp you forgot to do it at. Lots of places, lots of things. If it happens one day, a freeze, yeah, it's fresh on the mind. You think about it. But a couple days in a row, you start to forget a little bit. So if you need something, if you got a leak, give Central Plumbing a call. CentralPlumbing.org. Emergency service 24/7. Doesn't matter when something happens. Make sure you give them a call. Go check them out. Check out the phone number. Check out everything, what they can do. CentralPlumbing.org. Hey, look, I got a confession to make.
Okay.
I've been nervous for like 2 days to do that interview.
For 2 days?
Yep. Been thinking about it.
Well, you seem pretty unprepared for thinking about it for 2 days.
Well,
just
maybe I was
kidding.
just
You killed
thinking
it.
about like I was a little bit nervous for it, honestly, because
Well, you
she's
did
like
great.
she's like a legend. She's great, and I messed up,
The name
Richard last
I
week.
know. But she said it was fine. She's messing with
but it
you.
was fantastic. She was great. I didn't understand that question, so I said during the break that takes away probably 2 good questions on my tally list.
Two's crazy.
But she still answered it the way I wanted it.
Yeah.
She just didn't understand it. My bad. Hey, we got hour number 3. We got a great hour number 3 coming at you off the bench.
Off the bench.
All right, go to RejuveMeMedical.com. Rejuve Medical. 13 locations all over Louisiana. So no matter where you are, you can go check them out if you want to feel better. So you feeling a little run down, a little low energy, struggling to lose some weight, just not feeling like yourself anymore. It might not be age. It might not be age. It might just be hormones. Rejuve Medical, that's where they come in. 13 locations across Louisiana. Louisiana's leader in hormone replacement therapy for over 10 years now. So whether it's hormone optimization, medical, weight loss, peptide treatments, personalized wellness plans designed to just kind of live your best life again. Be your best self again. Go check them out. Give them a call today. Get 25% off that initial panel. Just go see what's happening in that blood. Everything medically supervised. Do it the right way. Feel like your best self again. RejuveMeMedical.com.